Um, so last time on our Lights of Lumen adventure, and by heading east out of um, Lumen village itself, having captured a small creature, a gremlin, a script, which proceeded to give you semi-useful directions, which eventually meant you made your way to Horsehair Hollow, but taking longer than perhaps should have happened. Traipsing inside, you came across a number of piles of debris, junk clearly scavenged from Lumen Village itself, beginning to explain how so many small things seem to have gone missing recently. You fought a Jinkin and knocked it out and bottled it. And but then managed to take a much more sneaky approach in another room with more junk piles, which may have involved more gremlins, but you snuck past, heading deeper into Horsehair Hollow, whereby you navigated a pit trap, narrowly avoiding falling down a nasty hole there, collecting some interesting fungi, battling. Oh no, you didn't. This was just a free pile of debris, which Scrick took great joy in rummaging through. Moving further into the cavern, you felt more and more of this fey realm around you, a thick moisture dripping from the ceiling, the mushrooms themselves, a thickness to the air, and rounding the corner of a large inner chamber, you spotted what you were looking for. A ginger tabby sat happily on top of a chair, on top of the largest debris pile you'd seen so far. Upon approaching and trying to engage with the tabby, calling to Mr. Muffinpaws to come down, who in true cat style turned up his nose, another creature, a larger gremlin than you'd seen previously, hunched over, covered in long, lank black hair, sporting 3 eyes, revealed itself to you. And not in that way, Anya. And combat was begun. And without further ado, we'll jump straight in. I'm going to reset the music for myself, because it's doing the thing it always does, which is pause. There we are. So, we begin at the top of the round. Let's chuck a little bit of battle music too. Let's tap down. A little bit quieter. Right then. So, this creature shimmering into existence, seemingly magically, just next to the chair upon which Mr. Muffinpaws sits. The creature stroking Mr. Muffinpaws quite happily, reaches its hand up, muttering an incantation in a language you do not understand, and it is going to cast a spell. Could I have... It's 5, force, 1, 2. Ooh, Trixie. Okay, this is actually going to save Morrigan in this instance. Appearing from the air and quickly spilling out across the ground, a thick grease covers the floor beneath Celia and Scrick and the 2 5-foot squares in between. Could I have both Celia and Scrick make a either reflex save or acrobatics check, whichever you'd prefer? 22 definitely passes. A 4 definitely does. Oh, and remind everyone, everyone has a 1 hero point.
I'm not going to spend it.
Cool. On a failure. Nope, don't want that. Nope, don't want that. Two balance. Interesting. Okay. So, let's have a quick look at that. Balance. Oh, okay. Have I misunderstood? All solid ground in the area is covered with grease. Each creature standing on the grease surface must see or fall. Or fall prone. Okay. So Celia, you fall prone. Skrick, you are otherwise fine. Creatures using onto the grease during the spell. Okay, cool. So I will put a little marker on the ground because it is going to stay there. Sit in these 4 squares. Put it on the map layer for you.
Do you mind turning the other music completely off just because it's giving me a bit of a headache with the double music playing?
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Boop.
Thank you, that's much better.
That's all right. Cool. So that's 2 of its actions. And then for its final action, it is going to move 5. Should I go this way? 5. And go. It goes scurrying down the other side of the pile of debris. Morrigan, it is your turn. You are... Bless you.
Pardon me.
You are sickened, which gives you a -1, so pretty much everything. You are unable to get rid of it whilst you're in this room, because to you, this room seems like it is shifting and warping, turning around you. It's very disorienting and nauseating.
Excellent. Did she see which way it went? This
Yeah,
direction.
absolutely. Yeah.
Fine, I'm going to move then. 5, 10.
The room is all difficult terrain to you as well.
Okay.
So it takes 10 feet to move 1 square. Oh,
Okay.
this way.
That way?
Yeah.
I just said, is it going that way? And you said yes.
Sorry, I thought you just said, could you see it? I didn't see you ping.
Okay,
That's 1 move action.
I'm just going to keep moving then. Gonna get to there.
If you cross the grease, you will have to make a check to see if you can balance. Go through it. Which involves... either reflex or acrobatics. You got it on your character sheet. So reflex is kind of up the top in the middle, and then acrobatics is further down in amongst the skills. Uh, 13 is a failure. Failing to balance. You must remain stationary to keep your balance, wasting the action. Okay. So as you go to cross the grease, you slip and fall. No, you're stuck there, if I'm reading that correctly. But you have 1 more action. You haven't fallen over. You're just stuck in that one space, so you could move on if you like now. Yeah. So a third move action down to here. Cool. That is your turn. Skrick.
Can Scrick do sense motive on the cat?
Yeah, absolutely. Go
He
ahead
wants to
and
see
make.
if the cat's like happy.
I will roll a dice for you because I believe this is a secret check. And could you tell me your perception modifier, please?
5.
Okay. Looking up at this cat, Skrick, you can see it's kind of slightly turned its head to see people moving around, this rustle of movement, 6 seconds, passing everyone, shifting about. Whilst its exterior seems very calm, and it seemed completely fine with being stroked by the creature, you notice from your time your ability to kind of speak with small creatures, usually rodents, but you kind of take a moment and look into this cat's eyes, and it definitely seems kind of glazed over, like it's drowsy, or there's like almost like a deadness to its gaze. It seems quite out of it.
Okay. That's interesting.
Mm.
You can't see it at the moment, right?
You can see the cat. Cat's on top of the chair, on top of the thing.
No, but the thing.
Oh, the creature. You could probably just see the top of it as it's scuttling down there, the debris pile.
Okay. And it's heavy terrain in here, right?
Yes.
Gonna move in a little bit. So he kind of sees it there. And then I guess he'll take out his. Oh shit, he doesn't actually have it. He'll take out his short bow. That's it.
Roger that. Primrose.
Primrose, she can't see it, can she? The thing.
You cannot see the creature right now, no,
Mm.
from your angle. And it has been weird for you, Primrose, because both Skrick and Morrigan moving around are moving like they're drunk, or like they're on really uneven ground. They've got their arms out like moving along.
Oh.
Whereas to you, the room just looks completely normal right now. You do see the grease on the ground, though, so that makes sense why Celia fell over.
Okay. Where is Celia? Don't see where she went. So she's underneath Morrigan for me.
Oh, okay. Let me shift Morrigan's thing around again. Did that help?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Nice.
Remind me how holding thing actions work again.
If you want to prepare an action, it's already an action. 2 actions. You prepare to use an action that will occur outside your turn. Choose a single action or free action you can use and designate a trigger. So it's for a 1 action thing. Or you can just delay your turn
Okay.
and just have your full turn like normal.
I guess we just delay.
Yeah, makes sense to me. No one's hurt. Everyone just kind of stumbling around and being weird. Celia, your turn.
I will spend an action to stand up.
Very good.
Spend another action to move 5, 10 feet.
Yep.
Another action to move 5, 10 feet.
Very good.
And then
There's your turn.
I'll use Orcish Blood Rush as well.
Oh, very cool.
So you move another 10 feet.
Yeah, your heart thumps in your ears. Adrenaline pumps through.
That is my turn, though.
Very cool. The creature is going to spend 1 action to move up to you, Celia. It's going to then spend an action to try and grip you.
Try and what?
Grip you up.
Oh, who's a grip? Was that? That's a bit weird.
Rip you. So it's going to do an athletics check against your reflex save DC. So what is your reflex?
I think it's 12.
So, okay, so 12. Athletics. Doesn't have a skill for that, so it's just strength. It fails. With that being the case, it is going to move itself back. 10, 12, 30. Cool, that's its turn. The illusion keeps going. Morrigan.
I'm just going to do the same again.
Yep.
Moving towards where I think it is, anyway.
Yep. You're chasing it round this big pile of debris.
Move me, baby.
1,
Sorry,
2,
I don't
3.
know why I thought that was a bit weird.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Anything from Primrose? You want to come back in?
Yeah, did she just see it run round?
Yes, you've seen it like scuttling off round. It tried to trip Celia up, tried to like tangle in amongst her legs, but Celia resisted. Dodged out the way.
Yeah, Primrose is gonna run in then. Can I go round the grease? Can I go up here?
Yeah, that's not a problem.
25.
So as you finish that move, I
Yeah.
now need you to make I think it's a will save. Oh no, it's a perception check.
Oh, whoops, I already pressed it.
That's alright.
Is this one more than that, I think? Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
What's your perception modifier?
It says modifier plus 4, but then it's got a 3 next to it, which may be because I'm sickened. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it might be the second thing. Either way, that does fail. It doesn't critically fail. So you are the same as Celia and Morrigan. You are sickened, which I think you were already. You don't get any further sickened from this. Doesn't stack. I'll put the little same symbol on you, and now you treat the room as difficult terrain, as the room seems to spin and warp around you.
Cool. I think she just sort of stops. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling.
That's it.
Very cool. Scrick.
So cat's still up there, right?
Cat's just sitting on the chair.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 20. Yeah. And can you pick a cat up?
You reach out and grab the cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, interact action. You reach out, pick the cat up off the chair, and it's in your arms.
Right.
Doesn't seem to protest, doesn't really seem to react at all.
It just calls out, "I've got a cat in the sky!" And yeah, runs there.
Very cool. Celia.
He's got the cat.
He does.
These things are stealing stuff from the town, though.
Seemingly so.
I guess I'll still chase after it with 3 actions
Roger that.
for now.
The Nuglub. Seeing Mr. Muffinpaws being taken, put a little symbol on the script for Mr. Muffinpaws. Definitely going to move, scrambling up the pile. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30, 5, 10, 15. Yeah, absolutely. With horrible speed moving across this shifting terrain, completely unbothered by it, Scrick, it zooms up in front of you, scuttling along the ground. And it is going to try and... Yeah, it's going to try and trip you up.
Okay.
reaches out with a hand, tries to grab one of your legs and yank you over to the floor. 3. But it fails. You nimbly move your leg out the way.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Morrigan. It is horrible chasing this thing around.
Oh, stupid thing, just stay still. Who's got the script at the moment?
The script.
The script, sorry, script and script. It's getting really confusing.
Well, funnily enough, Skrick has the script in the jar.
I mean, can I get up to there from here? 1, 2, 3.
You can climb up the debris pile, yeah.
3. Yeah, I can get close enough that I can then shout to Skrick and tell him to take the script out.
Yeah, that's a free action.
Well, I want to say, ask it for advice. How do we defeat a Nuglub?
Cool.
Sorry, Natalie, I interrupted what you were saying.
I didn't say anything.
Oh.
You've got one more action, I think, Morrigan, if you wanted to use it.
Is it weird? I kind of want to leap onto the Nuglub from here, from the top of the pile. I don't think I can, though, can I?
Leaps normally 10 feet. You'd have to do a long jump, which you could try.
Oh, but Tom, just let me do it.
Long jump's 2 actions.
Just let
So
me
no.
do it.
No.
Oh, wait. But you could.
No.
Where is the point in going out with the DM if you're not going to get any? Fine. I'm going to use. How many spell slots do I get a day?
So at the moment you just know cantrips. You guys
Oh,
are
I
level
just know
0.
cantrips. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Goodo.
And you've only got the 1 action left.
Put Revna in the tattoo.
You've already got Revner in tattoo form.
Oh, bloody hell. Oh, flippin' heck.
You could move again.
Can I hold a nudge fate for next time something's gonna occur?
No. You would be able to do that normally, but it's 2 actions to hold a 1 action thing.
Oh. Well, can I just do it and then it'll apply to the next thing that happens? I
Yeah.
suppose?
Who do you want to do it on?
Celia.
On Celia Brunt. Very cool. Put a little blue marker on there. And you are potentially sustaining that next turn. Primrose. You've seen this thing come scuttling across. It seems very distressed. That's Skrick, who currently is holding Mr. Muffin Paws. Seems distressed that Skrick has taken the cat.
Let's just try and do a tangle fit.
Very nice.
On body. It's the bum.
A 14 does not hit, I'm afraid.
Oh. That's it.
Very cool. Skrick. Cat's in your hand. The creature's in front of you. What's the plan?
Runs around it.
Yep. Very nice.
1 action. He's going to start zooming.
Cool. And as soon as you leave the room, yep, exactly right. You are up to your full speed. So you've got 1 more action if you want it.
Wants to jump over the pit.
Yep. So
Oh, he's going to have to extend his jump, right? Because from there.
he would, because it would be from here. You'd have to hit a 20 DC on athletic.
Fuck it, let's do it. Why not?
Oh, you absolute motherfucker. With the cat in your arms, you take a bounding leap like Primrose has shown you how to do. And you just go flying across.
And
Slow
just for
mo
flavour, he's going to be standing on the edge of the pit. He's like, he's going to have his little knife. And he's going to be like doing a little figure of 8 in case that thing comes after him.
Holding out the little cold iron knife. Very cool. Celia.
I'm gonna just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Wait, no, hold on. Out there.
Very nice. Yeah, you head out into that area, see more of those teal and purple fungi that you saw before, and a pile of debris in the corner.
I think that's my turn.
Very nice. The Nuglub. Nuglub. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30.
Why do you have Chimkin Nugnugs as all of your villains?
What the fuck? That's such a terrifying sentence. And here, You're on the edge of the pit, though.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just going to chase you for now. Another action to move here, and then a third action to just do a normal leap. Oh no, because it would have to get across. Ooh, okay. In that case, instead, it is going to try and cast Grease again on you, Skrick. So, a reflex save for me, please.
Let me think. Mm-hmm. Oh wait, he's it.
Okay, that is a failure. You fall prone.
Okay. Not too bad.
That is its turn, though. And this grease disappears. Gone. Reset the grease timer. Morrigan, your turn. Skrick's gone running off with Mr. Muffin Paws, and the Nuglub seems to be in hot pursuit.
Oh, fuck it. Which way did they go?
They went this way.
That way.
Can
That way.
Celia shout out to Morrigan or not?
Yeah, chatting's free as long as it's sensible.
She's just gonna say to block the door here, like block the way, and she'll then like signal that she's gonna go round, so they can block it in.
Cool. Yeah. I'll do that, and then I will. Oh, surely I've got something I can chuck at it, right?
How far did you move?
I did 2 actions worth.
Okay. If you've got an object to throw, you can throw an object, yeah?
Can I pick up one of these rocks and throw it?
That would normally be an action to pick up and an action to throw.
This is a rubbish system.
But I mean, if you've got something, because you never filled up your inventory,
I've probably got like a dagger or something somewhere.
yeah, you could throw a dagger if you like.
How do I do it?
Just make an attack roll.
I don't have a dagger, Tom.
Let's see. It would be
Hang on.
your dexterity, which is 2, plus simple weapon proficiency. So that would be 2, and no level thing. So plus 4. D20 plus 4.
D20 plus 4. 15.
15 misses.
Ugh.
Dagger goes flying past.
Stupid lady.
Primrose.
You've been saying that to me a lot this week. In that voice.
It's a great voice.
Primrose can't really see anything in here because it's gone dark because Skritt's got the only lights on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he would have actually. He would have dropped it.
Oh yeah.
He would, because he can't hold 2 things. So when he picked up the cat, he would have dropped it because he's got dark vision, so he
Let
doesn't
me
need
chuck
it.
that
So
on.
it'd be like there.
Did that work, Primrose? I put a light on the debris pile.
It did work.
Go out as well.
Perfect. And then yeah, I'll put Skrick's one out.
I'm pretty sure you need 2 hands to work the bow, though.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
Primrose will go get the light.
Yeah, that's fine. If you want to go and pick it up, I'll put it on you instead.
Yeah, and then just move closer to the doorway.
Cool.
How far can I go? I don't know. You tell me.
So it's 10 feet for 1 square for you at the moment. So yeah, 2 there. Yeah, that's fine. You can get there. And I'll get rid of the light that I just put down. You should have light on you now.
Cool.
Perfect. Squick, your turn.
God, she doesn't know what to do with a cat.
Yeah, well, you're currently on your ass. Cat in one hand, bow in the other. Or dagger? You said you pulled out a dagger?
Oh no, that's more flavour.
Oh, yes, you're right.
He's gonna
Mm-hmm.
put the cat down.
Oh.
Stand up, put the cat down.
Mm-hmm.
Then he's gonna shoot it with his bow.
Very nice. Releasing the cat would be a free action.
Yeah, I've seen dropping stuff was free.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's moving. So.
Oh, that definitely hits. 5 piercing damage. Nice. Yeah, the arrow lodges in between all this long hair. And you hear it squeal as it's cut badly by your strike. Damage. Nice. You got one more action.
No, I stood up. Put the cat down. Shot. Oh god.
Putting the cat down was free. So
He's
stand
gonna
up
make himself look real broad. So it's
kind of block the other side of the pit.
yeah.
Incredible. I love that. Celia, your turn.
25.
Very good.
25.
Very nice. As you move through that area, your foot snags on a thin thread, and as the thread snaps, easily destroyed by your movement, you hear the sound of the mushrooms nearby, that little chiming sound that Primrose heard before, get louder, and it almost becomes like a little shriek. And you hear the sound of chittering and shouting coming from up this ledge to your northeast.
Great.
Sounds like you might have alarmed some people.
Well, I'm still running.
Yep.
There.
And it's quite the sight as you go running past. All these different carpets and drapes along the floor, next to these fantastical plants, things you've never seen before. Strange trees, fruits that grow upwards, defying gravity, beautiful butterflies and moths of all different colours, a total spectrum of shapes, sizes, textures and patterns, flittering and fluttering around through the plants here and over the water, which seems to glow thickly with fireflies that impossibly move out and into the water itself without getting stuck.
Ooh.
It's a crazy scene. Right, seeing as Celia's run through there, I need to roll another initiative.
I did it, guys.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm on the other side of the pit.
So this would just be perception initiative. Go. Teams, good. Oh no, wait. It's because Primrose moved. Okay, so that actually works out quite nicely for you guys. Cool. Nuglub. Morgan did just try and throw something at it, and Scrick has put down Mr. Muffet Paws. Nuglub is going to... Let's have a quick look. This. Yeah, no, it's going after Scrick still. So it's going to move to here. And then it's going to try and make a long jump.
Is it long jumping into its own grease?
Yes.
Damn.
which could go really badly for it. And to be honest, its long jump that it needs to make, which is 15 feet, it fails. Yeah! It's gonna try and grab the ledge, or the grab an edge action, which I believe is a reflex save, which it is quite good at. Reflex. 21. Okay, so it does make. It does grab onto the edge. So it is just now hanging off this edge here. It's not yet climbed back up again. That'll take another turn. Let's do this symbol.
Interesting.
Morrigan.
I'm gonna stay there actually. I'm going to cast Nudge Fate on myself
Okay.
and use Telekinetic Projectile.
Very cool. So I'll take that off of Celia.
Not an idiot. Sometimes, most of the time, yeah. Not right in this very second.
And yeah, go ahead and make the roll.
Oh, fuck off.
Would you like to use your hero point?
I don't think I have one, do I?
Yeah, you get a new one at the start of each
Oh, sweet.
session.
Yeah, I'll use it. Oh yeah, that was worth it.
Unfortunate. Primrose.
Primrose, just coming back in. Is it still half?
Whilst you're inside that area, yes.
Yeah. So is it 2 actions to get to here?
It would be. And now you're free of it. So back to normal movement. Oh, and actually, I think for both of you, the sickened condition would... Oh, no. You still have the sickened condition, but you're now able to get rid of it using that wretch action.
Is that just 1 action?
It is, yeah.
Let's do that then.
Very nice. No more sickened.
And that's it.
Very nice. On to Skrick. This thing is holding onto the ledge right in front of you.
What can Skrick do? Is there some sort of specific action to try and make it let go?
Not that I'm aware of. But I would say you could just do like a trip or a shove. Both would have the same effect of pushing it down into the pit.
Still counts as an attack, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
Yeah.
And also, you need a free hand, so you'd have to drop something.
Well,
Oh no, you're fine. Yeah, because you
Yeah.
put the cat down.
okay, he'll try and do that. He'll try and shove them.
Oh, shove is athletics.
Not the best. Well, I'll use a hero point. Why not?
Very cool. It's against their fortitude DC.
Oh well.
That
Oh,
is, in
God.
fact, a critical failure.
Oh god.
So you reach down, you're like, wrestling with it, trying to shove it off, and it just reaches up and swipes your legs out from underneath you, and you fall prone.
Okay, not the worst.
Not the worst.
Can he still see where the cat is?
Yeah, cat's just sitting where you've put it, in the grease, just sat there.
There. Oh,
Right
shit.
next to you,
Yes,
yeah,
hold on.
I'm making a token for it in the background.
Okay. Detect it. Turn over. He'll put his bow away, get his cold iron dagger out.
Very nice.
Right. What else can he do? Step on. Grab edge. Escape. Mount. No.
You can ride it if you like.
God, what's he got on it? Let's climb. Let's attack. Conceal an object. No. Work. Oh, can you try and steal something from a nug glove?
Absolutely, you can. Yes.
Yeah,
Go ahead and make a thievery check for me, please.
nice. Oh well. It's just like, as he's reaching in, he's trying to grab something while pushing it, I guess. But
Yeah.
obviously doesn't do it, you know.
This is a wonderful sight of Skrick. There's rat folk just like scrabbling about with this nuglub that is in turn reaching up like, yeah, fighting back and forth. Right. This unknown creature is going to move 5. And it is going to try, although you are quite far away, Celia. Yes, this is going to be 2 range increments out. Yeah. It is going to try and throw something at you twice. Hup. That would be, with the range increments in mind, a 12 to hit you.
Misses.
And then again, with multiple attack penalty. But, so that would be a 16 to hit you.
Hits.
Is only 4 bludgeoning damage as a nasty piece of rock comes flying from this ledge up here towards you and clonks you on the back.
Ow.
That is its full turn, though. Your turn.
I'm running away.
Yeah.
1 action. 2 action.
Yep.
3 action.
Very nice. The rest of you are treated to the sight of Celia panting and puffing, running around the corner.
She's just like, there's more that way.
Let's see if the Nuglub can get up. The situation it's in, I'm actually going to set its climb DC quite high. Athletics check. Because you're blocking its way, Skrick.
Scritch just started scraping the grease down on top of it.
It does fail, and actually that would be a critical failure. So when you critically fail climbing, you fall.
Yes.
It's trying to pull itself up. Yeah. And wherever it puts its hand, you're just like kicking it off, poking at it with your dagger, and eventually goes flying down. Takes 10 damage from falling.
Oh yeah!
And hits the ground. Stuck down there now. It is going to. Just checking its spells. It's just not in a good spot. It's going to try and climb again. This is a lesser DC, because it doesn't have you blocking. It's just trying to climb back up to where it was before. Athletics, I'll say DC 15. No, fails. Doesn't even get there. It is stuck in this pit right now. Morrigan, your turn. What are we doing?
I don't know.
So you,
Nuglub is an idiot.
a little bit. It is down in there, so you can't see it right now. It's 10 feet down in that pit.
Duh. Can I see it now?
If you stood on the edge of the pit, you'd be able to see it.
Yeah, but then I don't have an action. I only have 1 action left.
You got 30 feet of movement. 5, 10,
It
15,
said
20.
it was.
It's difficult terrain in the room. You're outside the room now.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. I'm literally just gonna throw things at it with my mice. Oh wait, or am I? Am I? Shall I just use a different cantrip?
Up to you.
I can't remember what all of these do, so I'm tempted to just do it and see what happens.
You are only meant to have the 2 cantrips right now, because you are
Oh.
level 0,
Yeah, right, okay, well, I'll do that.
which is souring ever further in my
Oh.
mind. You got telekinetic projectile and protect
Yeah,
companion.
that's what I did. It didn't work.
Telekinetic.
Too low.
Primrose.
Um,
You've seen all of this go down.
yeah,
It's a weird situation.
yeah. And I don't think she's sure what to do. At one hand, she's like, "Oh no, Celia," but then the other one's like, "What's going on over here?"
Yeah.
I think she's just gonna stay in the middle for now.
Yeah. Completely fair.
Just gonna go over there.
Grick.
Seeing the creature struggling,
Mhm.
pick the cat back up.
Very nice. 1 action. Still completely docile.
And he's gonna move there. Wait, which way's the way out?
The way out is the way you're going. Yeah.
And then he'd run 30 feet
Cool.
down there with the cat.
Very nice. But this creature is going to jump down and then give chase to Celia. It has a speed of 20 feet. Celia, your turn.
She's gonna say, let's get the hell out of here.
Yep, completely fair.
25, 1 action.
Get the crystal and
2
get out.
actions. Can I jump across?
You can do a leap, but it would get you to like here because it's a 10-foot leap. Long jump is 2 actions.
I'll just retch for now then.
Go. So on the way, you're like, oh. I think, yeah, I think there's a roll to it, but it's fine. Your sickness is.
I can do a roll. I don't mind.
It's trying to find it. Sick. Let's just go to sickness. Sicken. The second condition. Fortitude save. Please.
I'm pretty good at them.
Very nice.
Did you want me to do one as well?
Yeah, pretty.
Oh my days. Yep, you feel fucking fucking right as rain.
She just spits on the floor.
The Nuglub. Yes, please, Primrose. Thank you.
Okay, what was it? Fortitude?
Fortitude save, yeah. That is not enough, I'm afraid. That hasn't affected anything at the moment, though. The Nuglub is still just desperately trying to scramble out of this fucking hole. Climb check. Oh my god. Climb check! Climb check! Yeah! 3 actions, it gets itself up to here, and then it has to do a reflex save or fall prone in its own grease.
Oh, that's a shame.
Fucking skids up, skating on the grease. That is its full turn, though.
Is there no penalty for doing the same action 3 times in one turn?
I don't think with climb. Let me have a
Okay.
quick look. It might. It has the move trait. It doesn't have the attack trait. No, you just have to imagine it was just scrambling and scrambling to get
And
up.
you got lucky, yeah.
It did get lucky on the 3rd one, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Morrigan, your target is right there in front of you, or you can try and long jump over if you like.
When you say right there in front of you, do you mean she's not trying to crawl up here? She's over here.
The Nuglub has crawled up the other side of the pit, yeah.
Because I was going to say, if she's in front of me, I'm going to stamp on her fingers. If not. Oh, I hate only having 2 flipping cantrips. It's rubbish.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
You'll be level 1 soon, guys. Don't worry.
Oh, will we?
Yes.
nudge Faye on myself and telekinetic projectile.
Ooh. Nudge Fate
Did that just make it a crit?
just made it a crit.
That's real
Roll
fucking
critical
good.
damage.
Holy shit.
Ah, 8 damage. Why isn't that doing your modifier? Spell attack against target, hit you deal bludgeoning damage as appropriate for the object you hold. Plus your so that's actually 11 damage. Fucking hell. What do you throw at it?
I imagine there being like a big chunk of. So this pit, is it like earth?
Yeah.
I imagine there being like a big rock in the earth and her like making it like come out into its face.
So it just came up out of the ground.
Yeah.
You fucking uppercut it with a rock.
Yeah, it was like the rock was like sticking out of the soil, so she just like pulled it.
Oh my god. There is an audible sound of teeth clashing together as this rock slams into the Nuglub's jaw.
I'm a bit confused how the crit damage works with this. Shouldn't she have done 22 damage?
22.
Because it says critical success, you deal double damage. She got 11.
So what does confuse me is why when Anya pressed the roll critical damage button, it didn't add her modifier. Because what it did is it rolled the D6 for her again. She got a 4. It times that. Oh no, you're right. Because that should be. Either way, it's more damage. If you want to just double your original one, Anya, you'd have done 16 damage.
Oh, I see. Because it did add it on the thing.
Yeah, it did it wrong both times, but in different ways. I'll just do 16 from the first one. So what did I actually do? I did 11. Oh my god, this thing is fucked up. No, 22 was never... Like, your maximum crit damage with this would be 18. It is very badly hurt. That is your turn, though. Primrose.
Celia said, let's get out of here, so she's gonna run over here.
Very cool.
Is it still, it's not half anymore, is it?
No, you're completely fine now.
Cool. So that. I mean, I suppose I can just get in that space for now. And then just jump over.
Yep,
Flip.
easy for you. You don't have to do a thing.
And then.
You got the jumpy legs.
And then go over here.
Very nice.
Actually, I'm just gonna stay on the edge, see if you can catch people if they fall.
Very nice. Skrik, are we speeding off?
Yeah, exactly.
Very nice. So I will think where you're going to be. So your speed is 25?
Hang on. What does it say? Oh yeah, it is 25.
5. So 35 to the edge of the map. So you've got another 40. Just move you 40 onto. Rid of these tokens. There. Cool. Very nice. That is your turn. The git. It's not fast. 20. 20. 20. You just see this creature running behind you guys. Running around the corner, shouting all sorts of gremlin obscenities. Another tiny little creature though. This one looks almost insect-like a little bipedal insect with lots of little chitinous armor plates around its form. Celia.
I'm gonna long jump across.
Very nice. Athletics check for me, please. You only need an 11 or higher. Easily done. And yeah, Primrose would have given you an even bigger bonus to that.
Can I get
Yeah, move yourself
here?
across. Yep.
Can I attack it?
Of course you can, yeah.
Can I kick it in the pit, Sparta style?
Yeah. You make a shove.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
How do I do a shove? Let me have a
I
look.
think it's athletics against their.
Yeah, fortitude
Fortitude
DC.
Very nice. Go ahead. Oh, there it is. 17.
No,
Fortitude
that
DC.
was my athletics set to jump.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Roll your actual.
Do I have to do a
athletics.
second attack roll? No.
Shove has the attack trait, but I don't think
Long jump.
long
does.
jump does. So you're fine.
Might hero point that.
Yep. Feel free. It's pretty fucking heroic. 15. Let me check. Oh. You land on the ground, Celia, and spin round and plant a boot firmly in this creature's face. Crunch as it goes flying back into the pit.
No one takes Mr. Muffet Paws.
And you just hear a thud as the gremlin stops. As it is knocked out. For the pit. Cool. I'm afraid we have to stay in initiative order at the moment.
It
You have
says
one more action.
Yeah, and it says I can still stride after it, but you must move the same distance in the same direction. I don't know what that means.
For the long jump.
No, for shove on the thing, it says you push an opponent away from you, attempt an athletics check against your opponent's fortitude DC. On a success.
Oh, that means follow the creature. So, like, if you wanted to shove it and
Oh.
then move into its space.
No, I don't want
That's
to do
what
that.
it means. Yeah.
Was long jump not 2 actions?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. Sorry.
Yeah. So
Annie,
I can't move. Wait, how long could I jump then? You stride. Oh, you do make movement then. And then make a horizontal leap to attempt an athletic check. Increase it. Distance.
So you roll a d20, put your athletics on it, and that's how far you jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just reading it.
With an initial stride.
Oh, with an initial stride.
I thought you didn't run it, right?
Oh, okay. That's my bad. And that's why it's 2 actions. Okay. That makes more sense. I have been playing that wrong.
So I had to look it up because
I
of
don't-
the rabbit.
I don't get it. How does it
So
work?
by spending
I mean-
2 actions, you run 10 feet and then do your athletics check, jump. And that's how far you go.
So would I not have landed on top of Primrose?
You would have been fine. I've been cheating you guys out of movement because I've made it so it's like you've had to go to the edge of the pit and then do a leap, do a
Okay.
long jump.
So I still could have got here though,
You're fine, I think. Yeah.
but I don't have any more actions.
Yes, because it is 2 actions to long jump. Yeah. Thank you, Hannah. Good reminder. Oh, I need to remove the old nug glove and the grease. No, I think the grease remains. It's not concentration, sustain or anything. Morrigan. You both hear and see this little insectoid creature running up behind you. Shouting all
Quickly,
sorts.
get over the
Except-
pit, Morrigan.
I can't see where it is.
Get over
Where
the
is it?
pit, Morrigan.
In the pit.
No,
I'm-
come, jump over the pit to us.
Jump over the pit. But there's no room.
Get in the grease.
Jump in the grease.
I'm gonna jump over here.
That's like a stone wall.
I know, but I'm seeing a precipice, so I can kind of jump onto the pile.
That's just Tom's map
Oh,
making.
for fuck's sake. Okay, fine. I'll go in the bloody pit.
Jumping in the grease.
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Go ahead and
Do
make
I
that
have a choice?
long jump athletics check.
Hmm. I would if I could find it, but I can't. There we go.
Yeah.
15.
Even with your second condition, that is absolutely fine.
Can I try and retch as my next action to try and get rid of my.
Yes. I'd like you to make a reflex save first, though, please. As you land in the grease, see if you fall over.
Is that not what the athletics thing was for?
That was to get over the pit. Oh, you're
I
fine.
don't know
Very
me.
nice. So now you can retch,
Oh
which is a fortitude save.
my god.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, you are fine.
Woohoo!
The nauseous feeling passes. Where is it? Skull. Go. Very nice. Primrose.
Oh, what's that? I'll move on that. She's just gonna run, I think.
Hell yeah.
And
Skirting around the grease.
yeah, it's going around the grease. I assume it's still there, even with his deadness.
It is, yep.
She's gonna.
Split.
She doesn't want to leave everyone too far behind, but so that's my initial. That's one action there.
Scrick's not here, right?
No, sorry.
So,
I'll leave it there for Kieran's vision. But no,
And then
Skrick's a bit
three.
further ahead. Very nice. As we move over to Rickety Gibbet. Skrick, you find yourself back in this room you were before, the 3 debris piles next to you, and you can hear the sound of Gremlin muttering from inside the debris pile.
He's just gonna run to the exit.
Okay. You just go speeding on past.
Yeah.
25. 25. 25. Very nice. That allows me to move us back. Up. Whoa, music. That is not the music I want. Up. The creature. It is slower than you guys. 20. 20. 20. It's going to get to the edge of the pit, and depending on how this next turn goes in terms of your movement, do different things. Celia.
I'm just gonna try and get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
One action to there.
Mm-hmm.
2 actions. 3 actions.
Very nice. Morrigan.
Aye, that's me.
Run, Morrigan.
I'm running away.
Anytime you move into a grease-filled space, you have to make another check, just so you know.
What? Even if I'm moving across it, it's like 1 for each of these spaces.
Yeah.
Oh, bloody
You
hell.
just go there and round.
Yep, you could step out and go around.
Didn't think of that. This is why Kieran has a PhD and I don't.
Rush, move, move.
So that's like 1 action.
Mm-hmm.
2 actions. Bye.
Is everybody just heading straight out of Horsehair Hollow?
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. With that, then, the battle is complete. You have. In fact, let's get rid of that. Use some nice overland music. Oh, that's loud. So, as you emerge, blinking back into the light of day, you find yourselves outside Horsehair Hollow. Right, Lumen Village music is. Standing at the mouth of the cave. There are no footsteps following you. The only angry mutterings or gremlin sounds around are the muffled ones coming from the jars in Scrick's bag. You stand, some of you covered in grease, some of you covered with bruises, but otherwise largely unharmed, as you see the very safe, slightly greasy form of Mr. Muffin Paws in Scrick's arms. Well done, guys. For defeating the Nuglub and getting out with Mr. Muffin Paws, you get 300 experience points. You are on 800. And I made the compromise decision in my mind, rather than speeding you guys ahead completely. What we're going to do is we're going to use the fast leveling rules for level 0 to level 1 and level 1 to level 2, which means you level up when you get to 800 XP, which I believe you just did.
Nice.
So, you guys are now all level 1. You have all your level 1 stuff, you can breathe a sigh of relief, you've got your level 1 HP, your level 1 abilities, everything.
Can you just delete my level 0 character sheet?
I think
Yeah,
we can all
me,
delete
fine.
our level 0 character sheets.
think
Yeah.
you think you have to do it.
I will do it now.
Don't do mine. I've got stuff on it.
Celia 0.
Yeah. Do mine. I haven't saved anything on it.
Morrigan, Fate Weaver. Nothing saved on yours. Primrose, delete. And we leave Scrix alone. Very nice. You stand there, panting a little bit from your sprint outwards, but otherwise unmolested. What do you guys do?
Scrick would just hold out the cat and be like, "There you go. I don't want it."
Thanks. Nice job, Scrat.
That's what we did.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, well done, everyone. And hello, Mr. Muffin Paws. Nice to see you again.
Mr. Muffin Paws blinks very slowly.
I get some pets him on the head.
Seems very disoriented.
Can I check if he's alright?
Yeah, didn't do a medicine check for me. Yeah, 16. He physically looks perfect. His fur is thick and shiny, bright-eyed. You know Mr. Muffin Paws isn't that old of a cat. Your great-grandmother only brought him into the house maybe 5 years ago, so he's well into his adulthood, but looks completely fine. But same as Scrick before, when you kind of hold his little face and look into his eyes, there's like a dazedness to it. The pupils are clear, the cat eyes look healthy, but his responses to the world around him seem very sort of muddled and slow.
That doesn't look
You
good.
think? Yeah.
Maybe we should take him to see Mother Bear or one of the like Harley 10, the elder counselor. Well, I don't know if there'd be anyone else who would be suitable.
Primrose know anyone?
You think your family, your combined family's talents, your mother, I mean, Morrigan, yourself have some understanding of medicine. Mother Bear does have a good connection with animals, so that's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah, and I can help as well. But yeah, we should go.
We should go tell Mother Bear about this problem anyway. We've got a bunch of shit in there and...
Oh no, we can't tell Mother Bear.
Why not?
Why not?
It's good junk place. I want to sell that out.
But there's more of those things in there. You could get hurt.
Put a can and get out. It's fine.
I'm sure lots of people might want some of their stuff back.
Yeah, I suppose they would. As he looks around. Well, it's pretty good stuff in there.
I'm sorry, Scrick. I've got to tell her. It's the right thing to do, you know? Got to make sure people get their stuff back.
Beady eyes just concentrating on Celia.
Yeah, we don't really want them around stealing more stuff and damaging the only books we have.
I see.
But I mean,
Are we going?
we could. I mean, we could try and get in there before. I mean, we could go clear out ourselves, I guess.
Yeah, but then we're just freeing stuff up for other people. Yeah, let's go tell Mother Bear.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm done with this place. As it just starts walking back to town.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. You make your way back. High fire moves across the sky, begins to dip. It's still very much in the same day. Hasn't taken you that long, but it is cresting towards the late afternoon and evening now as you arrive back at your collective homes in Lumen Village. The village, completely unknowing of your recent trials and travails, is just going about its normal business. You see many familiar faces moving around, trading, going about their daily work. What would you all like to do?
Probably go see Mother Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Primrose would help it. Whatever Mother Bear says as well.
Good. You head over to where you know Mother Bear usually is, in the watch post, up against the palisade wall of the village, and true enough, you find Mother Bear feeding her pet bear, Maloysius, that sticks to her torso, its little arms wrapped around her neck, and shoots you its signature displeased glare as she is feeding it some fruit. But as you come in, she greets you. You're all looking a little bit sort of dirty, greasy, bruised, or otherwise worn, and she casts an appraising eye across all of you. Just says, "Afternoon. To what do I owe this pleasure?"
Afternoon. Can you check out what's up with Mr. Muffin Paws?
The eyes dart down to Mr. Muffin Paws in your arms. Yep, she stands up. Just give me one moment. Goes over to the little scratching post she has at the side of her chambers. Has to take a moment to lever Maloysius off of her. The little grabby hands going out towards her as he comes away. But she manages to attach him to the scratching post with another little bit of banana to keep him happy. Comes back over, holds her hands out in front of you, gesturing for Mr. Muffin Paws.
Yeah, she'll pass them over.
Yeah, and with a somewhat rough but in its own way gentle series of movements, she kind of supports Mr. Muffin Paws, holds him up to her face, gives him a proper squint in the eyes, feels around, kind of mutters to you all as she's doing so. Yeah, everything seems fine. Little heart ticking over.
He looks a bit glazed over.
Yeah, he's weird. Hold on. And she plonks him down on her table, at which point he just kind of sits there. And she goes and gets like a little prime treat, a little piece of salty fish, which she brings out and waves near Mr. Muffin Paws' face. He doesn't react at all, even with this lovely treat dangling in front of him. And a concerned frown comes across her features. She's like, oh. Never seen a healthy animal turn down tasty treat like this.
It might have been a nug glug.
Might have been a what?
Nug glug.
Nug glug?
He just gets these two things out, the two jars out of his bag. He's just like, I know, somehow related to these.
She laughs, puts her hands on her hips, and just laughs at the sight of Skrit getting these two jars. One still filled with festering vomit in it,
Oh yeah. Definitely.
full of gremlins. She's just like, of course, Skrit has gremlins in jars with Serian knows what inside that one. Okay, so there's been gremlins afoot then. Yeah, that might explain it. Well, I'm sorry, Celia, I'm no expert in the magics, but usually things like this tend to wear off after a little while. If you're really worried, you might want to go see... She kind of nods towards Morrigan. Go see Rolo or the girls over at the Haven. They know their magic better than anyone else here. Beyond that, it might just be a case of keep the blighter happy and check he's at least eaten something.
Alright. I guess we'll go sort him out there then. Cheers.
Yeah. She gives you... She like slams a little pack of this salty fish into your hand, just says, maybe keep trying.
She nods and just says, we found some of those gremlins out by cave out west, was that? I don't remember now.
I think it's east, but I might have got myself mixed up.
It was out...
Horsehair Hollow.
Yeah, I think they're stealing a bunch of crap from the town, so...
That makes a lot of sense. Well, I guess...
Yeah, you better sort that out, Mother Bear.
Yeah, well... She goes and picks up Maloysius again, who practically leaps back onto her chest as she comes near the scratching post. I'll go collect Yeti. I think he'll have some choice phrases for those gremlins. Thank you. Thank all to all of you. She kind of looks to each of you with a new respect.
That's okay. If you need any help, I can come with you.
Oh no, that's all right, Primrose. I'm not sure you're going to want to see what Yeti has in store for these creatures.
Oh, okay.
She gives you a wink. But I appreciate it. Appreciate you all doing that. Alongside the knight with the ashbound, you're proving yourselves rather capable.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, if you want to reward me, there's a cracked lens in there that you can get out for me.
I'll keep an eye out. I'll be twiddling my thumbs while Yeti does his business, so...
I think
Maybe
a lot
that'll
of the
keep me
stuff in there.
interested.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's alright. Maybe I'll take a few of the layabouts with me. See if we can start moving stuff back. People have been missing things. She kind of gestures to a number of crumpled pieces of parchment on her desk in the corner. The number of complaints I've had about people having stuff stolen from them. This will be a headache well put to bed. Thank you.
Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff in there might not be usable anymore, but certainly go and have a look.
Alright. Well, this day just got a lot more interesting. Thank you all.
Yeah.
No worries.
See you later.
Bye, Mother Bear.
Careful with those jars, Skrick. I don't want gremlins loose in the village.
They won't be loose in this village.
Do we take Mr. Muffet Paws back as well?
You got Mr. Muffin Paws back with you, and a little bundle of salty fish.
As we leave the room,
Mhm.
Primrose will just say to Celia, can I try? I've been trying to practice this. Can I try it now? It might help. It might not. But
Yeah, go for it.
she's gonna try and cast heal.
Oh, hell yeah.
The kitty.
So, the fronds of Dandy's shape kind of shudder slightly as you concentrate. Primrose, start channeling this energy, this connection to the land, which you felt your whole life, but is only really now just bubbling up into this new expression. And as you focus on Mr. Muffin Paws, the energy, this greenish, beautiful, twinkling light moves towards him. Seems to settle almost like a fine snow falling across his fur. And there is some clarity that comes back to his eyes. And for the first time since you've grabbed him, Celia, there is that look of recognition, that look of slight, ever-present condescension from the cat, but recognition in his eyes as he kind of looks up at you and moves a little in your arms to shift and get into a more comfortable position.
Oh, it did something.
That's good.
So-
Thank you, Primrose. Do appreciate it.
Okay. I'll keep practicing. Maybe then it'll help even more.
Very nice.
Maybe you want to keep an eye on him for a bit before I give him back to Nan. I don't really want him worrying her more than she's already, you know.
We should take her back and make sure she at least sees he's alright. For the most part, at least.
If you want your cat back, just give it back.
Yeah, fair. Let's do that then. Let's go drop Mr. Muffin Paws back.
Okay. So you head on over to the Brunt residence, part blacksmiths in Lumen Yard. You head up, you see your mother working away by the blacksmith's forge. She calls out to you, Celia, as you get there. Well, that didn't take you long.
Didn't take me what? What didn't take me long?
Getting the Mr. Muffin Paws back.
I don't think I even told her we were doing it, right?
She asked you to look in on your nan, and she's known that Mr. Muffin Paws is gone. He's been gone like a week or so.
Yeah, he was just scrambled up some tree. Stupid cat.
Alright. Yeah, maybe we should keep more of an eye on him.
It wasn't in a tree.
You could put a little bell on him.
It's an idea. I don't suppose anyone has a bell around. I tend to work with bigger stuff. She kind of gestures to the weapons and armor in the blacksmiths.
No.
Well, we're going to drop him back at Nan's now, so...
Yeah, of course. It will make a world of difference her seeing him again. Thank you, Cece.
Right.
Greg looks up at the blacksmith. He's like, "Hey, lady,
Yes?
I got this." And he gets up with cold iron dagger.
Yeah? You want your key back then?
Yeah.
She holds out her hand for the cold iron dagger.
He gives over.
Yeah, she hands you back your key.
Nice.
I did have a little look at it. To be honest, I think despite... And she holds up proudly the cold iron dagger. Despite this being quite the piece, I think you might have gotten the better end of the trade. Some of those metals look dwarven in origin. They go further down in the mountains than anyone else does. We haven't had a dwarf around here for a while, so it's quite a rarity you got there, Mr. Grumman.
Well, I've acquired some new other things that have some value from our adventure.
Quite the productive day all round then.
One could say that.
You got a funny way of talking.
Yeah.
She kind of gives you that look, Celia, of just like, oh, you got some strange friends, and goes back to the forge, begins hammering away. She's currently working on a set of chainmail.
Yeah, Celia just puts her hand around Scrit and just sort of like, "Come on, Scrit, let's get going."
Yes. Let's go.
Vomit jar sloshing away in his bag. Right, you make your way upstairs, and you find Belle Swift, Brunt, as you kind of creep into her room. Celia, you can hear the gentle sound of her snoring. She seems to be taking a nap right now. But you know that she does this often. It wouldn't be cruel to wake her. But it's entirely up to you.
Yeah, she'll wake her and just reassure her, and then tell her about Mr. Muffin Paws and that she's got him back, and then she'll sort of place her on her lap and yeah.
Yeah, and as you do, there is a real flash of recognition from both Bellswift and from Mr. Muffin Paws. Bellswift gathers him up in a big embrace. Mr. Muffin Paws actually shoots you all a look of disdain and despair as he's being completely swaddled and smushed by the affectionate great-grandmother of Celia. But she's over the moon, and she thanks you, Celia, and there's a real look and feel of joy about her as she just starts talking about, like, oh, I'm going to take you on your favourite little walk, and we're going to get you in your favourite spot, and we're going to clean your bed, and all this stuff. And the whole time, Mr. Muffin Paws' glare just doesn't break from your eye contact, Celia. There's just a look of anguish upon his face.
She just goes up to her nan and sort of gives her a kiss on the forehead and just says, "You look after him now."
Oh, I won't be letting him out of my sight. As she drags him under the duvet in the bed.
She just looks at the cat and does that little anime thing where they pull their eye down and kind of stick their tongue out.
Mr. Muffin Paws' eyes narrow slightly. Bellswift turns to you, Scrick, and just says, "Oh, Celia, you've got such interesting friends. You must be a Grumman, young man."
My name's Scrick.
Pleasure. My name's Bellswift. I knew your father, and his father before him, and his father before him.
I only knew 2 of them.
Well, you're all proud folk, and you do run a fine stable. I used to go riding out in the meadows long before Celia was here.
You must have looked very gallant.
Oh, isn't he lovely, Mr. Muffin Paws? She kind of snuggles into Mr. Muffin Paws even more. What a charming young man.
Your cat's got away with adventure.
He's quite the young gentleman, much like yourself. And you must be from the meadows, young lady. She looks at you, Primrose.
And I don't know if you remember me. I do bring you food occasionally. You know, do you remember those tea leaves I brought?
Oh, the tea. Yes, delightful. Completely delightful. Thank you so much.
You enjoyed them. They were fresh.
They were incredible, my dear. Thank you so much. It's been such a blessing for the village having your family here. It's really brought new life and, you know, the old ways, understanding the plants and the herbs of the land is all but lost on these folk with their lenses and their blacksmith's ways. She kind of glares towards the floor and the blacksmith below of her daughter.
I'm glad I could bring you joy with it anyway. Maybe when I grow some more, I'll bring you more.
Oh, that's very kind of you, thank you. And, and she kind of like leans over to you and places a hand beside her mouth as if to whisper away from Mr. Muffin Paws. If you have any catnip.
Oh, I can make some specially for Mr. Muffin Paws if that's what you like.
Think he could do with a little treat, get him settled back into life here.
That's a good idea, actually. Maybe I'll perk him up a little bit.
Yeah, he's been a silly sausage. She kind of scruffles his fur.
He's lucky to not be a sausage.
Well, we're all grateful not to be a sausage. And, I feel underdressed and presented. Miss, oh god, I've forgotten again. Fate Weaver. It's quite the privilege to have you here in my humble bedroom.
Is it?
I just mean you have a grand life ahead of you. Rolo has guided us in the village for many a year, but I know she speaks very highly of you.
That's very gratifying to hear. Thank you. She is not effusive with praise. I don't know what fucking accent I'm doing here in a minute.
You got it. You got it.
Not effusive with the praise to your face. I think she just mostly just wants you to improve as much as you can.
Oh, yes. Rolo is has never been effusive. It's a good word. But I think with her, if she's not insulting you, you have to assume that she's very, very proud of what you're doing. Miss Fate Weaver, she wouldn't hand over or even talk about handing over a title to anybody that she didn't consider an expert in what you all do. But I feel so I must get, and she kind of scrabbles herself towards standing up. You've brought my darling muffin paws back to me. I must get you all something, a reward.
I really wish you told me this when you said, think of a name for a cat, and I said, Mr. Muffin Paws. I really wish you told me this was what it was for, because every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
It's a great name.
It's the name of our first child, Tom.
She bustles past, or attempts to bustle past you all, heading towards her crafting desk, and begins rifling through some of the little drawers and boxes there. I don't keep much around, but here, please. And to each of you, she gives a beautifully made necklace of shells that you know come from the shore down by the Weave Water. She takes a moment to think about what to give to each of you. To Celia, she gives one that has more, open shells with little ridges and such. It looks a bit more spiky, punky. For Primrose, these beautiful twisted, don't know the name, little cone-shaped twist shells in this beautiful pattern with pieces of very smooth sea glass in between, a green and blue pattern that runs through. For Scrick, she goes for one that is literally just one huge shell in the middle, like a conch shell that hangs from a thick leather cord around your neck, Scrick. And for you, and for you, Morrigan, she hands over one that's made of more esoteric materials, still from the seaside, but it looks like dried, sea urchin elements and little bits of different plants that are woven in amongst each other to give very much a kind of waving pattern as it goes around, more like a necklace than a pendant hanging on a string. But yeah, she hands you each one of those. Just says, "I'm so sorry, I can't give you more. My earning days are rather behind me now."
Scrick's stroking the big conch. He's like, "No, dude."
And Mr. Muffin Paws says thank you too, and she kind of whips him up into her arms and grabs his little paw and makes him do a wave, and he just continues to glare at all of you.
What's this lady called again? I've forgotten her name.
Her name is Belle Swift.
Oh, no, thank you, Miss Bellswift. I didn't expect a reward, but I'm very grateful.
Of course. My darling Muffin Paws is big part of my little life here now, along with Celia and Ilya working away below. But you've done me a great favor and put my heart at ease. This is the least I could do.
Yeah. Back off. See you later.
Goodbye.
He kind of slinks out.
Yeah.
If there's anything I can do for you, I can go back home and bring some more leaves if you like.
Oh,
Don't think we have any tea leaves, but maybe something else.
maybe in a day or two, that would be lovely. We could sit and have tea together.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, I'll see what I can rustle up.
Thank you. And she plants a big kiss on your forehead, Delia, and kind of does the grandmotherly taking your cheeks in her hands. Just like, thank you so much for looking out for little Muffin Paws. I knew you would.
Always, you know.
And she kind of looks a little bit, the bluster and the hot air comes out of her a little bit. And she's like, well, I think I'm going to rest up a bit now.
Do you need a tea or anything?
Oh no, just going to sit with little Muffin and we'll have a little snooze together.
Okay, Nan. Sleep
And she
tight.
curls back up in bed. Mr. Muffin Paws trapped beneath her arm. As you all head back out.
Celia, after heading back out, just takes some time to thank everyone for being nice to her Nan.
Oh, always nice to your Nan, Celia. She's a lovely lady.
Yeah, Celia just smiles and just says that she really appreciates it.
Oh, well, I enjoyed hanging out with everyone today. Maybe we can all hang out tomorrow.
Celia would be agreeable to that.
It's quite exciting going on a little adventure, to be honest. Don't often go outside the walls. Well, you know, except for home. And the farm. You know.
Why are you keeping it like that, Tom?
I was just wondering what Morrigan had to say.
Thank you. It's always exciting to get a little adventure outside of what's normal for you. And I can definitely say meeting these guys and probably... Is Scrick still there?
Yeah, he'd have waited outside.
Yeah. With those guys in his bag.
Yeah. Maybe not bring the gremlins tomorrow, Scrick, but we can have fun with other things.
Yeah, see what I've got going on, I suppose.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'll bring a picnic and I'll bring all the fresh vegetables that we have. I'll bring some tea.
Sounds agreeable.
Oh, it's going to be wonderful. I'll bring my best blanket.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
What colour blanket?
Well, my one is pink and green, and it's wonderful. It's got lots of little flower patterns on it, and you're going to really like it, everyone.
Well, I've got some work to do now, but guess I'll be seeing you around. And kind of looks at everyone. He's just like, see you later, and like walks up.
Bye, Scrick. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, Celia says bye to Scrick as well. And also she'd like run after him after she'd be like after leaving everyone else for a second, so she can talk to him separately.
Mm-hmm.
And she would basically say that she has some ideas for junk diving that they could do together in Lumen Yard.
Well, I've hit those spots a lot, so...
Would Celia know of any like secret spots, Tom?
I think Celia would be, because of her position, like where her family lives, and she's worked with her mother a bit as well. She'd certainly have the lowdown on where, when, and where and how Perky Prill, Arbuck Thunder, like all the the managers of their establishments in the Lumen Yard operate. So she'd know when the first stuff is like thrown out. She'd know like when Brill deals with other people in the village who want to store stuff or throw stuff away. She'd know like where the deep storage stuff is kept. Because probably, I think, unknown to Scrick, within the building of Lumen Yard, Prill has actually essentially hollowed out a basement underneath it as well. So there's like a secret trapdoor that I think Celia would probably know about.
She would say about Scrick too that if he wants, they could sneak into there and grab a few bits, and just say Perky Pro ain't gonna miss them, and if he does, then well, the gremlins have been grabbing stuff, so sort of thing.
Yeah, he'd be like, that sounds like a good idea. Come find me in the evening sometime. I'm always lurking about.
Yeah, Celia would smile and nod and sort of make a note of that and just tell him to watch for her some evening soon.
I will. I see everything.
Very nice. Okay. So as people are heading back into their day-to-day lives, we transition back into downtime. The first thing I want to address, we have two people who have a crafting downtime activity on the go. And there won't be any particular interruptions between now and then. It takes 4 days, and you'd completed 2 of those days already. So could I please have, and you'll be using your level 1 character sheets for this, of course, a crafting roll from both Celia and from Morrigan. So you should have the crafting skill on your character sheet. You got a nat 20. Holy fuck.
I got a 13.
Very nice. So the nat 20 for Morrigan is a critical success because you beat the DC and get it up to a critical success from the nat 20. Your attempt is successful. It's no +1. So this is a trained thing. 2 silver pieces. And you wanted to make it was like healing potions, wasn't it? Which I believe are called elixir. No, that's different. Healing potion minor. Okay. So the way crafting works in Pathfinder, though, it's a well-known thing that people aren't too keen on at the moment, so I'm quite happy to bend the rules a little bit as needed. But usually, you do your crafting check. You need to have the materials for it, but we waive that because you've got Rolo's stuff there. You're in Lumen Village. You've got everything available to you. You're trying to make a level 1 item, which is a minor healing potion, and it essentially what happens is you make them in batches of 4 because it's a consumable. This will be... Hang on, let me just check. To craft an item, must be your level or lower, that's fine. Formula, step tools, 4 days.
I have, think I have something called specialty crafting, Tom.
Oh, very cool.
I'm not sure what it's from. I think it's for level 1. Yeah,
Okay.
It's level 1.
You definitely have that. Yeah, up to 4 of the same item.
It's in blacksmithing.
Very
I
cool.
posted it in the chat, so I just get a +1 to my roll.
That actually makes a huge difference. Every +1 matters, because that would have been a failure, but it becomes a success with the +1.
That's really good.
So, Morrigan, just dealing with yours first. So you will craft 4 healing potions, but you do normally need the money to get it done. but because you're in Lumen and you've got Rolo's guidance with you, and Rolo will be providing the materials and everything, I'm just going to say it's done. So you can add 4 minor healing potions, which is a pretty big deal, because in total they would have been worth 16 gold pieces, which is a lot of money in Pathfinder terms. So yeah, 4 minor healing potions. You should be able to search for them in the compendium. So if you go on the little eye in the top right and put in minor, it'll come up with minor healing potion. And if you have your character sheet open and you're on your inventory, yep, you can just drag them from that little eye. Yeah, there you go. You got it. Each one allows you to heal for 1d8 flat. And then for Celia, so with your crafting check being a normal success, that would reduce the cost. Yeah, this is a task level 0 because you're just making a scythe. So that would reduce it back. Scythe would usually be... Oh, no, it's like a sickle, right? We're not talking about a fucking super death scythe. So a sickle is usually worth 2 silver pieces. You getting a success would reduce that by 5 copper pieces, so you'd need to get rid of the last 15 copper pieces. But again, with your mother being there, providing materials, and being very happy with you after getting Mr. Muffin Paws back, I'm just going to say you make it.
Cool. I will go find Primrose and then give that to her as a gift.
How do you react, Primrose?
Would be very grateful. Thank you, Celia. Hope you enjoyed the picnic. Sorry for everyone. We're definitely gonna use this sickle a lot. It's really well made.
Celia smiles and just says that it was no problem and that she would say that she's looking forward to the picnic.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. No, I was gonna say that. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, sure. Just saying. I'm gonna hurry home and give this to the family. I'm sure they'll be really grateful as well. Thank you, Celia, again.
She just gives her like that thing you always do, Hannah, where you wink and then do that clicking sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one else knows what we're talking about, but...
Wonderful. So yeah, that is your crafting activities completed. We mustn't forget Primrose, because you rolled so amazingly on that first craft thing. I think it was like 2 silver pieces a day.
I can't remember.
I think. I know you were doing very well. And income.
Did we have any coinage? I forgot to change that over from my old character sheet.
From the original, because you only did the coin search in one junk pile, I believe. But you did get some money from there.
Sorry.
That's alright. I'm scrolling up in the chat at the moment.
Was it copper?
It was actually all the way up to gold. There was some of everything except for platinum. But it was a while back.
See, 23 copper pieces, 11 silver pieces, and 2 gold pieces.
That sounds exactly right.
I was holding on to it, but I would have split that up 4 ways. But if someone else wants to split that for me, that would be great.
So that becomes 20, 11. So let's just change it all into copper. So that's 2. 2, 3, 3. Wow, creepily it makes 333 copper. 3 divided by 4. We'll say, for argument's sake, everyone can add 84 copper to their character sheet. And feel free to change that into silver or gold. You're in a very friendly town. You'd be able to change it as needed.
How much would that be in silver and gold?
So if you change that to silver, it would be 8 silver with 4 copper left over. It wouldn't make a gold piece.
Okay, I'll do that.
So 8 silver, 4 copper to everybody.
Nice.
Primrose, your earned income. Yeah, you did really well. So yeah, that's it. Task level 1. You smashed. You got a critical success. So you were getting 2. Secretly change your work. Gain the amount of. Yeah, because it was +1. Yeah. Oh, so actually, now that you're level 1, this would go up 1. So you're actually getting 3 silver pieces a day.
Ooh.
So you can add another 6 silver pieces to your inventory. Very nice.
Gonna be rich.
You are going to be rich. So that brings us to the end of the first week of downtime. You guys have your lovely picnic.
Yeah.
You bring yourselves along. You're all incredibly impressed by the spread that Primrose manages to put on. I think if Primrose, which I imagine for Primrose, but correct me if I'm wrong, if she'd spoken to her family about the picnic, they all would have rallied around and contributed bits and
100%,
pieces.
And make little sandwiches.
Yes, lovely. All these different sandwiches, incredibly charming, and they would have made they would have made sure you were, Primrose would have turned up fucking weighed down like a one-man band, different cushions and pillows and blankets.
Yep.
Flowers, little bouquets tailor-made for each individual who's going to be there. The Morrigan bouquet almost looks like it has little eyes in the flowers. Not like eyeballs, like eye patterns. Anya looks freaked out by that idea.
Probably would have brought her little granny trolley as well with stuff in.
Oh, yeah. So lovely. And
also probably would have tried to practice her spell as well. Protect a tree and summoned a tree for everyone to sit under.
Oh my god. That's fucking awesome. Yeah. And the tree is beautiful. So this grows a tree.
It grows a tree.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
And I'm going to say it's a cherry blossom tree, so it's all pink as well.
Oh. So the beautiful cherry blossoms, a few of them tumble down, scatter around. People ooh and ah from afar, but they see that you are having your little picnic together. You find the perfect spot. And the dappled light of high fire sits perfectly upon your cheek and your arms as you sit around each other, and you talk about your mad little adventure in Horsehair Hollow and the few things that have happened. You talk about where the great heroes of Lumen, the light bearers, might be right now on their journey. Have they made it past Sea Spray already? Are they on their way towards Crucible? How long will it take them to get where they're going? What great monsters do you think they've defeated by now? All these wonderful things. For our second week of downtime, which in Archivia is another 5 days, are people keeping the same downtime activities? Does anyone wish to attempt another crafting check? Does anyone want to try and earn income like Primrose is doing?
I
Good junkin.
would like
More junkin? Yeah.
to try and earn income.
Brilliant. Working with your mother?
Yeah.
Fantastic. I absolutely have a DC in mind. Could you make a crafting check with that extra +1?
Yeah.
Your mother starts you off with some simple tasks, but she'll pay you honest wage for it.
Oh no.
Ooh, a 7.
Plus
So,
1.
+1 becomes an 8. So this was a task level 0, because your mother's starting you off on small things. So it's definitely not a critical failure. This is just a normal failure. You get paid for the day. You get paid a copper piece. And your mother will let you continue to try again the next day. Primrose, the beauty of your situation is you can just keep carrying over your role from before. So another
Hell
three
yeah.
silver pieces for you on that first day.
Oh,
Scrick, are we junking around the town, or are we doing anything in particular?
You'd want to go to Celia's place if she was about.
Ah,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
gonna say she would seek out Scrick that
I'll say,
evening, so
yeah.
that could be part of the same thing.
Absolutely. That evening, from a hard day's work, Celia, you're full of dried sweat and you're frustrated at the difficulties of the blacksmithing profession. But you do manage to spot outside nearby a shadow within the shadows, and you recognize this to be Skrikel.
Celia would be quite angry and pissed off that day at her subpar performance, so she's in like a let's fuck shit up mood. So she just walks up to Scrick and is just like, I'm kind of ready to break into that secret trapdoor if you are.
Well, as long as we don't leave a sign, it's fine.
And she would,
Let's go.
yeah, she would lead Scrick to where she goes, trying to be stealthy.
Fantastic. So, you both, or Celia, you know that Perky Prill likes to sleep in the woods. Perky Prill is a Wildred. One of the very rare instances where one of the Wildred seems to have wandered out of the woods. These are creatures often of folklore and stories, but people do see them sometimes, made of leaf and branch and such. Perky Prill is one of the very rare instances where they come out and interact with people. But you know that Prill likes to still sleep in the woods and tends to wander off a good few 100 feet into the woods and sleep there on the ground. So you know that no one's guarding the yard, but you do know the front door's heavily locked. But you do also know that at the back, where there had been that gap where the vagrant had come in to sleep and been attacked by the Ashbound, you know that Prill has boarded that up, but you think it probably could be wrenched off if you wanted to. So would the two of you like to try and get in by doing something with the lock, or opening up the boards at the back?
Can
would prefer the lock, but
yeah, is Scrick able to pick? Because Celia would assume to go the back, but if Scrick would say about the lock, then she would want to help him.
he's definitely trained in it because he's trained in almost everything. I don't know if he has a lockpick kit.
Are you, with what Scrick does and what he spends his time doing, I 100% think you can have some thieves' tools.
I was thinking about, just because it's come up a couple of times this session already, as a potential homebrew thing for just our D&D sessions in general. Something from Call of Cthulhu, where when you've not necessarily got something like on your character sheet, but you think your character might have it, or in certain situations in Call of Cthulhu you have a luck stat, and I thought of maybe be cool to port it over to this and just use the same rules, because it's kind of a separate thing in Call of Cthulhu itself, sort of, anyway.
What is it?
So in Call of Cthulhu you let me see how you generate it. 1 second, sorry. It's 3d6 times 5.
Okay.
So, in my case, for example, it would be not great. 7 times 5 is 35, and then so that would be my base luck, and then I'd have to roll under that luck to get lucky on something. Like, say if I'm like, I think my character would have this in their inventory, but I never specified it, then I'd roll and be like, well, I didn't because I got unlucky and rolled a 17.
I like that. That's cool, yeah. Does the I guess in Cthulhu that stat would change as you did stuff.
Yeah, and
right?
I thought maybe you could award people luck as like a just a little inspiration style thing, similar to hero points. Or in certain situations, you could even take away luck. Say if you like fuck up badly, you could be like roll a d6 and be like, well, you lost 3 luck because this situation was shit.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely not opposed to it. If you think there's somewhere easy you could track it on your character sheet.
Yeah, I'm sure there's permanent notes we could do it, but it's only if
Yeah.
people want to do it. I just thought it's a really fun system that's quite simple.
What is it?
But it depends what everyone else thinks of that system.
What system? The luck system?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we do it. Have to explain it to me again, but
So
in a minute.
you have how it would work, Hannah, is that in certain situations, say for example, if you think your character might have something but you've not got it on your character sheet, but you sort of intended for them to have something like that, then you would roll a luck check. You determine your luck by rolling 3d6 plus 5 and then times that by 5.
Okay.
And then your idea with the D100, a percentage chance, you're trying to roll under that percentage. And then Tom
and then it goes down every time you use it. Yeah, I remember.
Well, it doesn't go down every time you use it.
I think okay.
But it just, the GM can award luck or take away luck for certain situations.
Okay.
It works slightly different in Cthulhu, where you can spend luck, but it wouldn't work in D&D because of this different system.
Yeah,
But you don't. But that's an optional rule in Cthulhu anyway. So.
Cool.
I just thought maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realise I was muted. Yeah, I think it's a very cool system. I think for now I'm happy because you guys are in Lumen and you're starting out. And we did the level 0 thing. I'm kind of happy when people come up against, would I have this, to just kind of say yes right now, because your characters are in a place of comfort, you have a lot of favour in the village as well, and unless you're saying, oh, I think my character would have a level 20 legendary item, it's probably fine. But once you're out of Lumen, that actually sounds like quite a cool little system to use. So yeah, thank you very much. For now, though, Scrick, I'm very happy to just have the thieves' tools. Mm-hmm. And could you make a thievery check for me? A 12. Check. Oh, excuse me. So, you lean down, you take a look at the lock, you go about trying to pick it, in go the thieves' tools, turning, feeling for that little tumbler to push up. And you succeed. However, this lock does need multiple successes to open it, so I'd need another thievery check from you.
This thing's a bit tough.
With the consistent same roll again. It takes you a moment, a little bead of sweat on your brow, but you hear and feel the satisfying click as the large lock gives way and swings open, letting go of the chains holding the door closed.
Nice job.
That's what I do.
Yeah, the doors are open for you. You head inside. Inside are many boxes, crates, storage, ceramic elements as well. Some on shelves, some on the floor, bundles of fabric, old rugs rolled up. But Celia, you know that right in the back left corner, some boxes can be pushed aside, that there is a trapdoor underneath. Could you do an athletics check for me to see if you can push the boxes aside?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with ease. Celia, you lean into it, letting out some of that frustration and anger at the stupid intricacies of blacksmithing. It looks so simple with the hammer, but as your mother keeps saying, you need to take your time and do it this way, and it's just stupid. And with that, you just shove this large crate out the way. It scoots across the ground, and before you see a simple trapdoor built into the ground. It doesn't appear locked.
Celia will stand to the side of it and gesture with both arms in a like showmanshipy kind of way, and then do like a little like posh, I don't know what it's called, that little posh like bow that curtsy to like Scrick, like, after you, my lord.
Looks up at her. Why, thank you. And like, he'll inspect it just to make sure it's not, trapped or anything.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check for me, please. Or actually, I think technically I have. Whatcha?
6.
You take a moment, sniffing and looking around the edge of it. You do notice a weird, although there's a logic to why this might be the case. As it is Prill using this, you notice there's like little scrape marks, tiny pieces of bark and leaves and such. You don't think it's trapped.
Okay, just gonna open it up then.
Yep, you lever it up, having to kind of push a little piece of metal in and get underneath it because there is no handle. But as you get it up, it's quite light itself. A wooden trapdoor that swings up, and below you see a steep set of wooden steps descending onto a dirt floor. There is no light source.
Luckily, he's got dark vision.
Well, there you go. Yeah, you can see it only goes about 15 feet down. And as you, I assume, head down.
Oh, wait, he's got low light vision.
I've got dark vision, I think.
Yeah. So Celia, you're able to, peering down, you can see this basement doesn't run the full length of the building. It's quite considerably smaller, maybe only a quarter, maybe 15 by 15 feet. But in this space, you can see tightly packed items, many of them loose, unlike the tidy boxes and hide elements above. Here, it's almost like in each of the four corners is a pile of things.
She would start pointing stuff out to Scrick that she think he might like. Sort of going round like a shop merchant, just saying like, well, my lord, we have this. Fine. What sort of things would be in there?
So, this is a level of inverted commas junk that you haven't really seen so far in Lumen, Scrick. This is a sparkly paradise to you because many of these things are the kind of things that people still want, but they have no room in their house. This is kind of like everyone's attic rolled up into one. So there's lots of like old heirlooms, old cutlery sets, even weapons and armor that have been placed aside, perhaps rusting from an old life, old tools that have been thrown away and replaced, many different cracked lenses that the lens makers probably think they will melt down in the future but never got round to it. There's old glasses, there's old pieces of cart, there's an old wooden wheel, there's religious symbols, there's like organizational furniture elements, old like bookcases, things like that. It's like someone took everything at a car boot sale and just put it all in one room.
She would grab the glasses and be like, well, my lord, I think these fantastic pair of fine spectacles would sit rather comfortably on your gracious set of eyes.
Why, thank you, blacksmith's daughter. I will accept this gift, and I give you. And he pulls out one of his torches and lights it. His torch.
Yeah, she holds it for him.
Now let's get looking.
Amazing.
He's gonna take the lenses though.
Yes, there are a great number of different lenses here. Probably.
He doesn't want to take all of them.
Okay.
He wants it to be like, if a few go missing, then that.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to take the 2 Celia gave to him.
Amazing. So yeah, you've got an old set of spectacles. There are also large lenses that are crafted here in Lumen. That these ones have been flawed, and you and Celia probably have a bit of fun, like looking around at all these different things. Some of the lenses, when you look through, it's almost like a funhouse mirror kind of thing, where it bends and shapes the sight behind. Perhaps even makes you think back to your encounter with the Nuglub.
Why am I imagining this like a makeover montage from the 2000s?
Skrik comes out with like a wig and spectacles on and a gown. Yes, there are all sorts. If you'd like to do your crafting roll, so do a crafting check for me, please. And because of the situation you're in, we are actually going to do this with advantage, or as it's called in Pathfinder, fortune. So roll twice, please.
Any way I can use the aid action?
100%, yeah. This is kind of interesting. Can aid. Let's have a little.
I would like to use the like either perceive or thievery or something like that.
I completely happy for you to use either, whichever you prefer.
Perceive.
Have a DC in mind.
You did roll that. Oh,
Yep, that definitely succeeds. So this would add another +1 to Skrix for a 23. And technically, Skrik, roll again, because it is with fortune, because of this amazing situation Celia's put you in.
Crafting.
Okay, so a 23. A 23 is a critical success. Could you please roll a d4 for me? Okay, just the one. So, Skrik, there's all sorts of things, and I'm very happy for you to add any of those things that I described into your sort of Junker's Hoard, silver cutlery, place settings, jars, bits of old stained glass, old timepieces even would be there, old bits of clockwork. People who came to Lumen, lived here, and then moved away and left behind their stored things. Strange magical or previously magical reagents would be down here as well. And with your 1, you actually get, and I think this is in the core rulebook. It is. You can add a lesser smoke stick to your inventory.
What does that do?
So, this is a consumable item. It can only be used once. But when you activate it, it's kind of like a flare. You crack it, and you create a screen of thick, opaque smoke in a 5-foot burst around you, which is basically you pick a corner of your square that your token's in, and it's each of the 4 squares around that corner. And creatures within the area are concealed, which, if you remember, is the DC 5 flat check. So it can kind of give you some cover, and so on. But yeah, you sort of leaf through and find an old alchemist satchel, and find a number of expired reagents in there. But one of them, this smoke stick, seems to still be live and good to use.
Oh yeah, you definitely had that, man.
Yeah. I'll remind you as well. You did find that silvery liquid before.
Wait, is that in my inventory? Let me look. Key, brooch, cutlery. Oh, in the box.
In the box, yes.
Does it look like it goes with this?
It does not. I'm only reminding you because there are people in Lumen you could go to to identify it if you want to try and get it identified. But Scrick might just like it as this silvery liquid in a thing. It's up to you.
He would be keeping an eye out for stuff he could give to Celia, like blacksmith stuff.
Oh my god, there would be loads of different elements in here. Some of it would look kind of old and rubbishy, but other things would look good. A set of bellows still in good nick, and it looks like a particularly large set, larger than the set Tilia has currently. Different forging elements. You could probably even find some old metal materials, a couple of iron ingots, things like that, stored in there.
He'd just look at him and be like, looks like there's a little prize for you down here as well.
She smiles at Scrick and sort of leans down slightly and just says, "Let me tell you a secret about me, Scrick. I hate blacksmithing."
Why'd you do it then?
My mum would do it for her because she loves it, and she expects me to take over the family business.
That's what my daddy said to me, and I just said to him, no.
Yeah, that ain't really an option with my mum.
There's always an option. Just say no.
She kind of, is kind of lost for words, to be honest, and kind of sort of shrugs and sort of in a kind of there's some wisdom in that.
Maybe you could just pretend to be so bad that she doesn't want you there because you're a liability.
She genuinely bursts into laughter at that and says, "I might try that. That's a great idea." And
I'm serious.
based off my today's performance, that wouldn't be inaccurate.
If you want me to rig anything up at the blacksmith to make it look like it caused a big accident, I can do that.
She smiles but says, "No, it's good. It's good. I just want to get out of this town, you know."
It would be good. Finding more stuff and the like.
Is there anything in here that might see us find better fortunes elsewhere? Maybe like a spyglass or something. Always wanted one of them.
I found a smoke stick. Could be useful.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, you could take some valuable stuff and, well, if you hit the road, you could sell it along.
True. I think I'm good for now. You look like you've got your fair share.
Oh, I've got more than that.
Jingly pockets. I'd say probably in there somewhere, because this really is a treasure trove. I'd say there's a leather-backed, roll-out map of South Hespia that you could probably take if you wanted to.
I will take that, actually.
Yeah. A map of South Hespia. Looks fairly old, but it does have all the main landmarks that you recognise. Obviously, you can see Lumen Village on it, Sea Spray itself, Crucible, and you kind of take a moment and track mentally the path that the light bearers will be taking towards. In the far east of South Hespia, you see Farspire Lighthouse.
Ooh. Yeah, she'll add that to our inventory.
Very nice. With that,
Scrick would also make it try and look like no one ever broke in.
yeah, I assumed. Rearrange, rummage things around,
Put the
move
lock back on the door.
put the lock back on the door, everything in place.
On the way out, when Scrick, because like Scrick, I can imagine Scrick going up first and see it's like, I'll meet you up there in a sec. And then she's just gonna slip. She's gonna slip onto the shelf like 3 silver.
Very nice. Classy touch. Yeah, there's plenty of shelving around here. Perhaps you choose one near the ladder, easily seen by anyone coming down. 3 silver.
Yeah, then leave and help Scrick relock the door.
Very nice. The door is relocked, the chain's in place, and you head off back to your respective homes. Very nice. So that is the 5th. Oh, that was the first day of week 2. Okay. Celia, you can do a different role for blacksmithing for the next day if you like.
How do you mean different role, like different ability?
No, you can use the same ability again.
Oh.
You do crafting. In
I
this
see.
situation, your mother would be offering you like different little jobs to try.
Yeah, I'll try.
Oh,
Okay. I think this probably leads to a little bit of a bust up between your mother and you, where she isn't the best teacher in the first place. She's very much in the style of teaching of, you just do it like this. I'm showing you. Clang, clang, clang. Just do it. And then you're going, I'm trying to do it. Clang, clang, clang. And it's not working. Something breaks. A tool gets thrown around. You can hear an angry stomp from your great-grandmother above on the ceiling. And your mother essentially boots you out of the blacksmiths for now.
Yeah, she would like shout at her and be like sort of continuing on the conversation from last night with Scrick, being like, if I'm so shit, then why do you want me to take over this place, sort of thing, and storms out.
Yeah.
And then she wants to go see Gwilyn to cool off.
Absolutely. I think Gwilyn would probably be waiting for you in your favourite spot anyway, because with your houses so close by, she probably heard the ruckus from the blacksmiths, and she's waiting for you with a smile and a much-needed hug and a gentle ear to listen to you rant about your mother's ways.
She's not even ranting, she's just in that mood where you're super angry and you're just like, I need kisses sort of thing. And just,
you're just seething. Very nice. Primrose, cha-ching, another 3 silver pieces in the bank.
Yeah.
I think at this point, people are like asking you for advice, and like people are standing, leaning on their farming tools, just watching how you're doing things. Because you've just done such a brilliant job, and it's noticeable, I think, even with your connection to the land and your burgeoning sort of druidic elements, that your plot that you're farming alongside others is just so healthy and verdant and not overgrown, but just the soil and the plants look lush, and if it was possible, you know, the plants themselves would be singing. And you aren't, you know, a performer. You're just going about your business. You're doing what you do like you always do, with a smile and with a gentle touch with the plants. But it's clearly working, and words are starting to go around the village about how amazing Primrose's produce is, and people are kind of clamoring for yours. And I don't think Primrose would be selling her produce directly.
No,
Maybe it goes
probably
through
not.
her family.
Probably goes through her family, yeah.
Yeah. But your mother is like swept off her feet with all the requests for carrots and lettuce and all cucumbers and all sorts from your plot. Everyone's like, no, I want it from Primrose's plot.
Primrose does carry around some freebies as well, for
Oh my
everyone that
God.
needs some.
Yeah.
And she should be giving berries around to everybody that needs some.
Oh,
Because she could do good berry now, so it fills everyone up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And people, you spread happiness and fulfillment, and you feel a deep sense of rest and satisfaction at the end of your days. You sleep better than perhaps you ever have, even since you were a little child in your mother's arms. You feel when you rest in your family's burrow beneath the earth, you feel like the earth itself, the soil and the world around you is nurturing you in that same way. As you give to the plants, it all feels like it's giving back to you, and you wake each day energized. Dandy as well, just like already up and excited. His little leaves shuddering in the mornings. He's stretching out, and it's a really beautiful time. Your mother is glowing with pride. All your family members, your siblings, come along to watch you work and try and learn from you. And your family standing in the village is just like going through the roof. Everyone is in love with the meadows. So yeah, a very nice time. Cool. Morrigan, is there anything you wanted to do with your second week of downtime? Would you like to try crafting again, or do you want to earn some income yourself?
I think she'd probably just want to try and like learn some stuff from Rolo.
Yes. So, as if I had planned this, there is a moment in that second week where you are walking with Rolo. Rolo likes to walk when she's not at the weave. She's always had a strong connection to water her entire life. And when she's not down at the weave water, she likes to walk by the River Acre that runs from the South Bodkins down past Lumen. And she takes you on some of her favourite routes, which takes you up river, through the forest, the beautiful sound of birdsong, and just life around you. And you notice that on one of your walks towards the end of this second week, Rolo seems a bit wistful. She's looking down at the river, and you notice, even though you're still walking along, her gaze doesn't really break. It kind of like tracks along the flowing water and the sound of rushing water going by you. And she just starts talking to you, though it sounds almost as if she's just speaking out into the open air. And she says, "The fates have been an erratic companion. I would say I wouldn't have chosen to do anything differently if I didn't know better." She laughs to herself. "It has been a blessing and a curse, watching the frayed end of my own thread move ever closer. Soon it will be time for you to take up the weave." And she looks up at you, Morrigan, and shares a moment, holding eye contact with you.
Morrigan would reach over and like squeeze her hand. But don't make it too soon, eh?
She smiles. "I'd like a bit of time just to rest before the end of the thread comes. So I think perhaps the time is sooner than we originally planned." And there's a gentle smile, a sad smile there. "Responsibility is not an easy one. You'll come to know the chaos all around these good people here in Lumen. The truth itself is tangled, but that is not what they need. They need the rituals and the readings. They bring them comfort and direction. And you'll find that in turn, their determination and their dreams will bring new patterns to the weave itself. It is a kind of..." She kind of opens her arms and gestures to the beauty of nature around. "It is a kind of symbiosis. The weave water, the people, and you."
Well, when the time comes, it's an honor I'm not sure I'll have deserved, and you're a tough act to follow.
There's like a little crook to her smile as you say that. And she holds eye contact with you, and you can see it's almost like the flowing glassy waters of the River Acre is in her eyes as well. Her beautiful blue eyes seem to almost shimmer and move. And she says, "I think you should give yourself credit, Morrigan. You've done great things here already, guiding people, being where you needed to be at the right time. It is no small thing to walk away from the eternity that was promised you. You left the village of the Eternals. You've chosen a thread with a fraying end, just like the rest of us, when you could have been a bound line that went on for eternity. But I sound morose. There is time left. Please, I've got something to show you." And she kind of turns on her heel and begins to lead you back towards her home. And as you reach Rolo's residence, with all the small trinkets, the little lenses that she hangs, slowly spinning in the daylight, catching the rays of the sun, from her low ceiling, you have to bend down slightly as you enter with your tall stature. With very little ceremony, but a great reverence about her movements, you notice Rolo close her eyes, turn to face the door through which you've just entered, and mutter a small magical incantation. The beam that makes the frame of the door at the top impossibly parts in the middle and slowly moves aside, the sound of creaking wood filling the space in which you stand. Rolo gives you that crooked smile once more and gives a little nod towards the space that has just opened above the threshold. "If you wouldn't mind."
What do I do?
"Well, unless I go and fetch myself a stool, one such as yourself, with all your height, could reach up into that space there."
Is there something in particular you're looking for?
"You'll feel it."
She just very tentatively and sort of looking around, but reach up into it.
Yeah. As you go to reach up, Rolo snaps her fingers. And does Morrigan respond at all or react? Morrigan shifts quickly to look round, and Rolo just laughs and shakes her head. "I couldn't resist." As you reach inside that space, you feel a small old wooden box. Take it out, hand it to Rolo. You feel it in your hands as you're holding it before you hand it over, that it's warped almost like the shape of flowing water itself. Rolo opens it with, again, that sense of reverence, but no real grand ceremony. And from inside, she pulls out what looks like a very simple set of... God, I've forgotten the name. You know, those... Nope, I'm pointing on our wall.
Spoons.
Is that what they're called? I thought it had a proper name, the circle. Embroidery hoops. There you go. So like a hoop with a number of threads over and inside it. She says she takes this reverently out of the box and just says to you, the weave walker before me always spoke of my lack of metaphor, my simplicity, but I think practicality has its own beauty and allows us to see things for what they are. And she holds out this half-finished embroidery hoop to you. Morrigan takes it. Yeah. I have used this in all my time here at Lumen. as a focus when trying to scry the threads of fate. You can use it as you see fit. I would sit and feel the threads, think of the great weave of time and fate. But as the time draws close, when it will be you stepping into my shoes, thought it was time for you to have it. How does Morrigan react?
She genuinely wouldn't know what to say. Because it's obviously an honour,
Mm-hmm.
but she's very upset about the idea of Rolo not being the Weave Walker anymore.
Yeah.
Her mentor, you know.
Absolutely. And a huge part of the village. She sees this look on your face and she places her old hand on yours, and you feel the dryness of her skin as it rests on the back of your smooth elven hand. She smiles, this crooked grin, old teeth inside. It says, "We've got a little time yet. Perhaps I've laid this on a bit thick. Let's sit and have some tea and talk of everything but the fraying threads of time."
Yeah, you'd see Morrigan nod, but you'd see her hands on the hoop are suddenly gripped tighter, and you know she looks a bit shaken.
Yeah. So you sit with Rolo, and conversation turns to gossip of the village and how different people are doing. Rolo likes to very much think of herself as a guide for the people there. So, and there's certain people she wants to watch. She talks of your companions in your recent adventures, these people that are suddenly burgeoning as people of interest in the village. Talks of Primrose's amazing crop coming through and that seeming connection to the land. But she also talks of others. She speaks of the Lord Oakleaf and his influence here. She's not a fan of his. She talks of Amarea Grindstone's son, Arnlin, and how he just seems to be getting worse with his gambling and his belligerent behavior, drinking. He seems to be turning into an ugly young man. Perhaps good looking on the outside, but ugly on the inside. And your afternoon passes in lovely discussion with Rolo, who is both a great friend and a mentor. But very good. Anything else anybody would like to do for downtime in the second week?
Don't think so.
No?
Not...
Having been
no.
chucked out your blacksmith?
I did want to do something. I wanted
Yeah?
to go to certain goods and see if there's anything I can buy there or in the market.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So the market is a real high point of the village. Different people put different things out on different days. Sometimes it's manned by the lens makers with spares, or they might offer spectacles or magnifying glasses or mirroring elements. Sometimes one of the two Havenborn sisters from Girls Haven will come out with a small selection of wares, though they don't tend to get too much business because people aren't very rich here and magical items are expensive. But yes, there's lots of different things that you could buy. Basic goods, arms and armor supplied by your mother, but often sold on to others here, or imported, are available. Little trinkets and bits and pieces. Is there anything in particular that Celia's looking for?
Not really. I've got 5 silver, so and 5 copper, so not much to spend.
Not too much to go by. Yeah, 5 silver. Let's have a look.
I'm not. Is there like a list, like adventuring gear and?
There isn't your class. Well, I mean, the one I have been sticking to is just the equipment list on Archives of Nethys.
Do you mind linking me?
Absolutely, I'll put it in the chat. Boop. And you can obviously filter for core rulebook or click on one of the column headings and it will do it for you. So you can go by price.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Buy yourself a
I think it's already sort.
buy yourself a cat for 3 copper pieces.
The
Could have
fuck?
saved yourself all the trouble.
Yeah, literally could have.
But yeah, I'll let you have a browse if there's anything, and I'd encourage you all to do exactly that. Got money and fancy filling up your inventories? Feel free. The Girls Haven proprietors do have magical items, but magical items are pricey. So if you are,
What the fuck is a dog slicer?
oh, that's
A horrible name.
it is a horrible name. It's a goblin, a Galarian. So yeah, lore appropriate for non-homebrew Pathfinder goblin weapon.
Oh, I kind of want to buy a hamster.
You can buy a hamster.
Should I buy a hamster? I'm gonna buy a
Yeah.
hamster.
It'll probably die. Just saying.
Yeah.
Be aware, it could die. Speaking of which, I have a question for Skrick, which is, what the fuck are you doing with your gremlins?
He's just gonna leave them until they start complaining.
They've been complaining the entire fucking
Until
time.
they start complaining about dying.
Oh, okay. So.
He doesn't want them to. Theoretically, he doesn't care if they die, because then he's still got their bodies. And he doesn't really care because they're going to get killed anyway.
That is true.
Taxidermied little goblin.
Exactly.
Most gremlins. Yeah, I mean, I think they do need to eat. So yeah, pretty quickly they are slamming their tiny little gremlin fists on
Why
the
do
side
they
of
need
the
to
jar.
eat when they've got all that vomit?
Oh my god. Yeah, the Jinkin is in a very bad place. And all sorts of obscenities are thrown at you. It seems like the Jinkin doesn't speak any common, and it's only the script that speaks some common.
The script, he would get the script to translate if he thought it was getting dire enough that they were dying.
Yeah. So the script would go through fucking the 5 stages of grief, essentially.
Script would also
Bargaining,
say,
desperation, all that stuff.
if they're constantly are being annoying,
Yeah.
he'd just be like, "Well, I think I deserve a bit more respect until you get your food."
They would pretty quickly end up in the pleading step, or the script would. The Jinkin would continue to swear at you.
Okay.
But the script would eventually be like, need food, do anything.
He wants to not have them trapped because he feels bad about it.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't feel that bad
Mm.
because he's weird.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want them to die.
Are you feeding them then?
He would, until he works out. He would basically either wait till they go to sleep, or if they won't go to sleep because they're worried, he would just shake the glass until they're so disorientated he can put food in it.
Jeez. Yeah, that I would say the Jinkin would probably have to be shaken, which is so much worse because the vomit's in that one. And the script would sleep or pass out or whatever, and you'd be able to drop food in. What would he feed them? What would he put in?
Bread, cheese, that sort of thing.
Bits of stuff. Yeah. And these
It's
go down.
actual food.
Yeah, these go down well, and after probably a couple of days, you find that the basic conditioning of script equal big rat man equals food has turned the Jinkin from outwardly hostile to just surly and unfriendly, and the script to somewhat friendly, I suppose, or at least resigned to its fate. Its little fingers, which are still ink stained, you see little black marks on the inside of the jar, begs towards you. It kind of scratches pitifully at the side, and it's just like, "Rat man, please."
I think at the end of the week, because he's been keeping them and seeing them like half dying, and he'd feel a bit bad.
Mm-hmm.
But he'd be like, "Well, we all know this arrangement can't go on forever."
Yes? Free?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know how I can set you free if you keep stealing and trying to kill people.
The script would look nervously towards the Jinkin, and then just kind of like look back at you and point at itself and just be like, "Not kill, not hurt, not steal. Soggy Bit is good boy. Will be good gremlin."
I want to set you free, but I know you're going to do bad things.
I make promise. I not hurt. Bad Jinkin will hurt everyone. Kill Jinkin. Save Scrit. Soggy Bit is good boy.
He's going to be like, I tell you what, I'm going to try and find a big vivarium. Maybe I can move you both into there. I mean, I can think...
No. Not with Jinkin. Jinkin is terrible. Jinkin, kill.
No, maybe that's not a good idea then. Wait, I tell you what, I'll get more food and I'll have a longer think on this.
All right. Put Jinkin in river. Jinkin float away. Scrit, Soggy Bit, and Ratman friend.
Yeah, I mean, I've grown an attachment to you, but still can't trust you, you know? You try to kill me.
Yes.
I'll think, if I ever get out of here, I'll just leave you in the countryside somewhere.
Thank you, Rat Master.
Well, don't thank me yet. Name's Scrick as well. It's like your name's Scrick, but it's a different letter.
My name not Scrit. My name Soggy Bit.
Alright, Scroggy Bit, now we're getting somewhere. Right, I'll think about what to do with Jinkin.
Scrick, not free, Jinkin. It makes like a little stabbing motion with its hand against the side of the jar. Jinkin, kill. Always kill.
I won't free that guy then. Maybe I'll just put him in a box and forget about him.
Soggy Bit nods enthusiastically.
Yeah.
Cool.
The Jinkin's the one with vomiting, right?
The Jinkin's the one with vomiting. The Jinkin was the one with the short sword that was very stabby.
He's gonna... For the script, he's gonna, like, get some small pieces of chalk and he's like, I don't know what you can do with these, but it might entertain you. And, like, drop a tiny bit of chalk in.
Within 5 minutes, it's drawn a picture of the Jinkin being, like, killed by you in various different ways. And it's just pointing at the Jinkin and laughing. And then drawing a picture of you and the script with a little heart between you.
Oh, God. He's even more concerned now, but, yeah, he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, completely fair. Cool. So time goes past. By my calculations, Primrose, that's another 9 silver pieces for the 3 more days in that second week. Just living the life of a master farmer. As we head finally into our 3rd week of
I know what I'm
downtime.
buying.
Oh!
Although
yes.
one of the things doesn't have a price listed in it, but it's at the top of the list.
Oh, cool.
So I quite want to buy a sword cane sheath, but I don't know if that would be more expensive than a silver.
Price.
It doesn't have a...
Exquisite sword cane sheath. Click. It doesn't have a price listed. Price 0. Definitely sounds like a mistake. An exquisite sword cane is a sword sheath inside a hollow. So you'd just be buying the hollow cane.
Yeah, for her sword.
Yeah. I mean, things it is just a hollow cane. 5 copper pieces.
Sweet. Add that on.
For her sword,
Yeah.
so she got like a thin
She's got a
sword
long
kind of thing.
sword.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So it's like a sheath, but it's fashioned in such a way that you can use it as like a walking stick kind of thing. Cool.
Then
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got 1 silver left. I'd also going to buy a leash.
For the hamster.
Not for Gwilyn.
Jesus.
No, I'm not going to buy a hamster. I'm going to buy a ferret
Oh my God.
No.
that I'm going to call Alley-oop.
Oh, amazing. The ferret would definitely be in certain goods, and Certain would be very proud of having acquired this ferret off a boat, an exotic animals merchant that had travelled into port at Sea Spray, and Certain had managed to have correspondence with this individual and import a few of these animals here. I'd say the ferret has quite an exotic coloration to it. It almost looks like a metallic in its fur, in that it catches the sunlight with like this burnished bronze color to it. It's very, very pretty.
Cool.
And it seems quite, as I imagine, well, whenever I don't know ferrets that well, but whenever I have seen ferrets, they've been quite excitable and twitchy.
Yeah.
Perhaps, yeah, they want to get into every little nook and cranny they can. So you have sort of this amusing conversation with Certain where the ferret goes from like climbing around inside his loose, billowy shirt and then running across his arm over to you and going around. But yeah, Certain is very proud and tells you about his aspirations to be a great merchant and move to Crucible and so on.
No.
Yeah.
Primrose buys everyone a little pinwheel and goes and sets it up at another picnic day.
Incredible. You have these wonderful little pinwheels, again probably from Certain, colourful elements to them, and they spin around happily in the wind as you have another picnic day, which has perhaps become a little regular thing with the 4 of you meeting up and checking in these lovely food spreads as time passes. Is there anything anyone would particularly want to do within this 3rd week of downtime? It's not a question with pressure at all. I'm assuming Primrose is going to keep making sweet bank.
Oh yeah.
So you can add 15 silver pieces, Primrose.
Oh yeah.
But if anybody else has any particular downtime activities or anything they think they'd want to do in this time.
Not specifically. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of
Life
anything. Right now.
rolls on in Lumen Village. There's no pressure at all. Because as I bring our session to a close for today, there is one thing I'd like to end on. 15 days, which is a whole month in Archevian time, has passed since the Night of Sharpening, where you all encountered the horrific Ashbound, the murdered or killed individual out there, came to Gwillem Oakleaf's rescue, and the majority of the month has been spent post Horsehair Hollow as well, where you managed to retrieve Mr. Muffinpaws and begin a burgeoning friendship between the 4 of you. But this fateful morning, on the 2nd of... Where has my... The 2nd of the next month, which is... No, I've lost my months. Nope, I'm determined to have this. Where's that gone? Oh, look up my calendar like a chump. But essentially, on this morning, probably Primrose would be the last to hear this just because her family sleep outside the village, but the commotion would quickly make its way to the meadows, as with anywhere else. Probably one of the townsfolk running up and shouting out. You would all be rudely awakened on this day. Here we are. The 2nd of Old Sin. As there is a great commotion and sounds of despair and crying out in the center of the village. The 4 of you, by one way or another, are gathered to this situation, pulled in by this horrible draw of these sounds and people calling out and calling for others to come by. I'm going to stop this music because it's not very appropriate. The sight that greets you isn't immediately a horrifying one. No one's in danger. There's no harm. It's a beautiful sunny day. Everything else in the village seems like normal. But standing surrounded by horrified townsfolk and the forlorn face of the elder councillor Harley 10, usually so cheerful, patient and gentle, is the sight of a horse. A large horse, Old Thunder. The horse, ridden by Amareya Grindstone, stands alone, streaked with blood down her back. Old Thunder, usually so stoic, completely at home in the midst of battle, thundering across a mountainside, now seems disturbed, hungry, restless, neighing, rearing back away from Harley 10, who holds Old Thunder's reins in a strong hand. The horse stands there. No other horses of the Light Bearers stand with Old Thunder. The signs of quite a lot of blood down the horse's back, giving you great cause for concern, as the townsfolk look in fear at each other as you all gather at this scene. But that is our session for today, as we'll leave you there to think about
you
what
leave
might
me
have
on a
happened.
cliffhanger.